You are absolutely right, man. This postseason is great, and as much obviously we know the narrative is always going to go to the star guys, but to be honest, these games have been won by the MVPs of the role players.
So before we dive into this topic, y'all do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. You already know who it is. It's your boy Reggie. So I came across a clip not too long ago from LeBron James and JJ Redick's new podcast, Mind the Game. And LeBron James, he was pretty much talking about how the role players of the final four teams that are left in the NBA playoffs have actually been probably the most crucial part to their team's success.
But Nas Reed last night, from the Euro step he had left right on Joker, get fouled on the offensive rebound. Then he had a tip dunk from the corner. He had a big time block shot on Joker late in that game as well. Like, he was huge. And then he pushed it in transition. They was up 7 and hit Ant-Man for a corner 3 opposite of their bench. That came off Nas Reed. So like, you're absolutely right. The role players right now with these 4 teams that's left are making all the plays. You saw P.J. Washington. It seemed like every time P.J. Washington got into foul trouble in that Dallas versus OKC series, OKC kind of had a little advantage, and when he was on the floor, the advantage was gone, because P.J. Washington was there, made the timely threes, obviously in game 6 at home, made the timely stops. He was just big for him. So, and obviously T.J. McConnell, he's just he's a coach's dream to be able to have a guy like that comes in, knows exactly what he's doing, push the tempo. He's always going to be high in assist to turnover ratio, and he's just a dog. So you are absolutely right, man. This postseason is great, and as much obviously we know the narrative is always going to go to the star guys, but to be honest, these games have been won by the MVPs of the role players.
So you guys just heard what LeBron James had to say, and it got me thinking about the Los Angeles Lakers and how we're going to need significant trades this offseason. Because, like LeBron said, the role players have to be elite if you want to win a championship. And that was why I didn't believe in the Lakers' chances this season, because when I look at a team like Minnesota, for example, when I look at their role players, you got Nas Reed, who was the 6th man of the year. You got Rudy Gobert, who was the defensive player of the year. You have guys like Jaden McDaniels, who is an elite role player. Guys like Mike Conley, who was one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Okay? These are guys that can beat a team like the Denver Nuggets, which is exactly what they did. The Los Angeles Lakers, ladies and gentlemen, our role players are just simply not good enough, okay? Everybody wants to blame LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but the reality of the situation is this. We've won a championship with those two guys as, the core of our team. We've never won anything with Austin Reeves. Actually, all we've done is lose, get swept with Austin Reeves. Ever since this guy became a starter, all we've been doing is getting our asses kicked. D'Angelo Russell, this guy came over from Minnesota, and a lot of people don't want to acknowledge this, but ever since he left Minnesota has been trending upwards, and the Lakers have been actually trending downwards. You got guys like Rui Hachimura. I liked Rui. I can no longer vouch for Rui Hachimura. The guy's got to go, okay? We had guys like, Cam Reddish, Spencer Dinwiddie, Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, guys that can't stay healthy, guys that can't even play in the regular season, let alone in the playoffs. This dude, Gabe Vincent, he was just trash this past season, ladies and gentlemen, for the Lakers. And he was supposed to be the big free agent acquisition. He came over from Miami, and he hardly played in the regular season. And then when we got to the postseason, the guy couldn't throw a rock into the ocean, okay? If you look back at our championship winning team in 2020, and I always bring this up because it's relevant to this conversation. We had elite level role players. Guys like Rajon Rondo. Guys like JaVale McGee, who had won 2 championships. Guys like Danny Green, who had won 2 championships prior to joining the Lakers. Right? Dwight Howard at that point in his career was an elite level role player. We all saw what he did to Nikola Jokic in the Western Conference Finals in 2020. J.R. Smith had won a championship in Cleveland, even though he didn't really play that much, right? Avery Bradley, elite level role player. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We had an actual team in 2020, right? I didn't even mention Alex Caruso, ladies and gentlemen. We had an elite team. The Lakers now have 2 elite players, okay? So, yeah, man, when I heard LeBron talk about this on his podcast, it really honestly made me think of the Los Angeles Lakers and how we just have to make wholesale changes with this ball club this summer. I saw a report that said that the Orlando Magic are interested in D'Angelo Russell. I pray to God that D'Angelo Russell leaves this team. D'Angelo Russell is not a starting caliber point guard on a championship winning team. At this point in D'Angelo Russell's career, he is who he is, okay? If you want to win a championship with D'Angelo Russell on your team, he's going to have to come off the bench. It is what it is. Austin Reeves, same thing. You're not winning a championship, okay, with Austin Reeves as your starting 2 guard. Look at all the starting 2 guards left in the playoffs right now. You have Kyrie Irving, Anthony Edwards, you got Boston, they got Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Austin Reeves, and D'Angelo Russell. These guys, I'm sorry, man. They're just not good enough if you're trying to win. Now, if you want to just sell some tickets, have a decent regular season, sure, you can put those guys on your team and maybe you can, make the first or the second round. But if you're actually trying to win a championship, ladies and gentlemen, the Lakers need better role players. We need elite level role players if the Lakers want to get back to winning championships. But that's really all I got, man, on this topic. You guys let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I just want to let you guys know, though, I do not care about empty calorie stats that don't contribute to winning. So if you plan on, throwing out D'Angelo Russell and his shooting percentage this season, which I believe he shot, 41, 42%, I really don't care, because once we got to the postseason, he shot 31%. Austin Reeves as well. The dude was, terrible shooting from the 3 in the first round against Denver. I believe he shot like 27, 28%. So, like I said, spare me on all the fake statistics. They don't contribute to wins at all, and they got to get off the team if we want to win a championship. So, that's really all I got. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. Peace.